What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I am one of your hosts, Kyle Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Master Chief in the streets. I've done so well not to muck it up. I've done so well, and I just lost it for a second. I was thinking about something else. You know what I was thinking about? We're not going to say that loud, but yeah, like, oh my god, mate, how you doing? Welcome to the show, mate. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wouldn't even know how to begin to say it, so you do well.
Man, I try my hardest. I take great pride in my intros, and you know, I try to formulate ones that are like for certain people. You know what I mean? Very Greg Miller. You know, my inspiration, my want to be him.
He is mastered it, for sure. Yeah.
Really good at it, and one day I will be as good. But mate, welcome to the show. Welcome everybody to the show. This week we're going to be talking about the state of play in the Xbox Tokyo Game Show showcase. There's a lot to get through. Very interesting week, and more to come because there's more TGS stuff to come. It's only just officially kicked off basically today and yesterday, so I'm sure we're going to get more info. But yeah, we got so much to cover, so I think we'll just get into it. So we are pulling all this information from oneupgames.com, so if you want more info, head over there. We have articles up for everything that's been happening the last couple of days, so be sure to go and check them out. But we are going to go over everything announced at the State of Play, and then yeah, we'll stop when we need to talk about something, and we'll push on through for other stuff. But yeah, State of Play started out strong. We got the reveal of Astro Bot DLC. We got a trailer for that, revealing that there'll be 2 new bots to rescue, 10 additional to rescue, but 2 new bots that we got to see was a Soldier from Helldivers 2 and Eve from Stellar Blade. There's no release for this one yet, but it's coming out later on in the year. Having seen this trailer and everything I've been told from like Jake and stuff, I need to play this game. I feel like I'm just gonna have to jump on it. I am excited to jump into it, but it's one of those. There's so many games right now, so many games to play. Everyone should ignore the fact that I've been playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for the last hour. You know, there's so many other games to play, but it's for stream, I promise. But yeah, I'll definitely jump in Astrobot soon. We then got a look at The Midnight Walk. It's a dark fantasy handcrafted adventure in which every asset was sculpted in clay and 3D scanned into the game. So this game is coming to PS5 and PSVR 2 spring of next year. There's a little bit of a look at the story here. It says, embark on the Midnight Walk in this fantasy adventure from the minds behind Lost in Random. Become the Burnt One, befriend a lost lantern creature named Potboy, and use his flame to light your way through a conflicting world of wonder and terror. Very cool looking game. I like the clay art style. I like that it's very different. I like that it's a game that you'll be able to play in VR and not in VR. I think locking it away specifically to VR is probably a wrong call for games at the moment. But I also do appreciate that PlayStation are still somewhat supporting the VR too. But yeah, The Midnight Walk looks very good. Then we got to look at a game called Hell Is Us. It's a third-person action-adventure game that combines intense melee combat with the thrill of exploration. Explore a semi-open world to find answers to your questions and face mysterious creatures along the way. The little blurb for this game is, if war is the closest we get to hell on Earth, it's because Earth harbors the worst of demons, humankind. In this isolated country ravaged by infighting, discover the secrets of your past and deal with the repercussions of a mysterious calamity. So yeah, that little blurb there actually makes this game sound really, really cool. But it's like a Souls-like, but for everything I've heard, it's like a game that very much takes a lot from FromSoft, but maybe isn't as hard, where there isn't sort of like a concrete story. There's a lot going on in the world that allows you to sort of like carve out your own story and learn as you want. So if you want to go a little bit deeper, you want to explore a little bit harder, you will probably get more out of this game than somebody that's just powering through it, beating bosses, trying to get to the end. But yeah, Hell Is Us looks pretty good. We got a release date trailer for Metroid Awakening VR. I like the Metro games. I like the Metro games a lot. I think I just said Metroid before that. I'm not sure. But Metro, I like the Metro games a lot. I'm ready for a new Metro. And if this VR game is the next step in getting a new Metro, then I'm excited it's coming. Then we've got to look at Archage Chronicles. This is a game that was formerly known as Archage 2. They showcased new gameplay mechanics and a look at the online component. The blurb for the game is unveiling Archage Chronicles. Dive into a new era with Archage Chronicles, an online action RPG set 50 years after the original. Embark on epic adventures, engage in enhanced combat, and explore vast, uncharted worlds filled with strategic battles and rich storytelling. Customize your housing, master life skills, and uncover new realms in this dynamic universe. Get ready to conquer challenges and unravel ancient mysteries in Archage Chronicles. Again, cool looking game, very fantasy based sort of RPG. Probably something I'll jump into eventually. Very keen. Power World dropped basically straight away after the show. It's the Pokemon with Guns game, people that don't know. It's been a massive hit on Xbox and PC, and I think it's just going to dominate on PS5. Kind of ballsy though, like you're being sued by Nintendo and Pokemon and you're like, hey, it's now on...
So I don't think the game launched on PlayStation in Japan.
Oh, still ballsy.
If that tidbit interests you, maybe just like double check with a Google. But I've read that a couple of times now, so I haven't fact checked it myself. But it does sound like that. That seems kind of plausible.
That's funny. We got oh my god, this threw me. Lunar, the remastered collection, got announced, and I'm not mad about it. I'm very excited about it. Lunar's a very old JRPG that I enjoy a lot, and always in my mind is like Lunar felt like one of those games that people forgot about, but it looks like enough people have been asking for it that we're getting a remaster collection. That, or they're just trying to get out as many of these remasters as possible so there's games for people to play. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge Radical Reptiles DLC got announced. So exciting news for TMNT Shredder's Revenge fans. The Radical Reptiles DLC introduces two new characters, Mona Lisa and Mondo Gecko. Mona Lisa, a once human scientist turned into a mutant salamander, brings her cheeky attitude to battle against the Foot Clan, and Mondo Gecko, the coolest cement surfing mutant, joining forces in this action-packed DLC. So yeah, cool. Two new playable characters in a game that already has 6, 7, so keeping the content coming for that game. People like it. It's good. Next, one that threw me is we got a trailer for Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, and they announced that there's going to be DLC tied to the movie, and this DLC stars Keanu Reeves as Shadow. So it's like very, very cool. It's a movie pack, as they're calling it. Very excited about that one. We saw a little bit of gameplay, and yeah, looks like looks like Shadow in the sort of Japan section we see from the trailer. It looks to be where this little movie pack is set, which is really cool. We got a release date for Fantasian Neo Dimension. That's coming December 5th, 2024. We got even more Dragon Age Veilguard gameplay, and I'm ready to play this game, and I hope I'm not going to be the first one to say this. I'm sure everybody's saying this, but we do not need to see any more of this game. I think they just need to stop now. Stop showing us stuff. It looks great. It looks fine. I don't think you're going to change the minds of the people that have already decided that they don't want to play this game. Just stop.
Yeah.
Too much of a good thing. Yeah. So that's dropping October 31st, so that's not far away. Then we got to look at Alan Wake 2's Lake House expansion. This is the one. Yeah. This is so we're getting 2 expansions for Alan Wake. Well, we're getting 3. I think we already got 1, and then we're getting 2 that are based around the older games. So it'll be one based around Control and another one based around, what was the one that came to Xbox that had a TV component to it?
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break. There's one based around Quantum Break. This is the one that's based around Control. That's coming soon. They announced that Hitman is coming to PlayStation VR 2, and it is introducing dual wield to the game for the first time in VR, which is cool. We got Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered revealed. I really wish this hadn't leaked beforehand and at Gamescom. So Gamescom, we got the leak through a statue. It was literally a statue that had a plaque that said, hey, we're from this game that doesn't exist and you don't know about yet. And then a couple of hours before the state of play happened, they accidentally put up the pre-order page and trailer and information for the game on the PlayStation Store. So that was
happens
so often. This game's coming December 10th, so that's really cool. Fear the Spotlight, a game from, I think this is a game from Blumhouse, right? Yeah, this is a game from Blumhouse that got a release date. It's coming to PS4 and PS5 October 22nd. Towers of Agabash, got a new gameplay trailer. This was the game from, I think it was either the Xbox conference. I'm pretty sure it was the Xbox conference that they sandwiched between like Fable and Doom or something like that, and I just didn't even notice it. So when I seen it this time, I'm like, oh, I know this from somewhere, and I had to search it. And I'm like, this is the game that I was like, I literally said in my reaction, I'm like, I don't even know what that game was. It looked great, but let's keep talking about this. Like, yeah, so that's entering early access on November. Then they personally attacked my wallet after this and showed off a new DualSense controller, a new Fortnite DualSense controller, which looks cool. We got a new Dynasty Warriors Origins trailer. This one's a big one for me. I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan, and Dynasty Warrior Origins looks really, really cool. I'm excited about it. This got me hyped. We got a Monster Hunter Wilds release date. I cannot wait for this game. Stop showing me the game. Just release the freaking game. The Monster Hunter Wilds drops February 28th, 2025, joining just another monstrous day. I'm pretty sure there's 3 games dropping on Feb 28th now, so that's fun. Can't wait for that one though. I think Monster Hunter Wilds is going to be the game that I'm going to be playing day one for that day. Oh, can't wait. Lego Horizon Adventures got its release date. It's coming November 12th, I believe. Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered is coming. That's dropping on PC and PS5 the 31st of October. Then my god, Stellar Blade. Oh my god, it got a reveal of a crossover happening between it and Nier Automata. I've seen so many funny things since this. There was this great cartoon that someone made and put up on Twitter that was like, Stellar Blade Nier crossover gets announced, and then it was like Rule 34 artists. It's like, you're welcome for the inspiration. It was very, very good. Now I just need my Stellar Blade Cross Nikke crossover, guys. Let's make it happen. They also revealed the photo mode, and the original soundtrack with over 180 tracks is now available on streaming services. So good news for Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade kicking a lot of goals. Then the PlayStation Plus games for next month got revealed. We're getting WWE 2K24, the Dead Space remake, and Doki Doki Literature Club. I feel like we got Make Check play that one. All free for subscribers in October, as well as The Last of Us Part 1 will be joining the PlayStation Plus game catalog on the 26th, so it's out now. That's coming to Extra and Premium. And then Dino Crisis and Blood Omen Legacy of Kain were joining the Premium tier before the end of 2024. I assume Dino Crisis will probably come whenever, but it makes more sense for Blood Omen Legacy of Kain to come before the remasters of Soul Reaver 1 and 2, because they are the sequel to Legacy of Kain. So that will probably come beforehand. Then we got to look at the Chroma collection. We're getting, what were they? Chroma Pearl, Chroma Indigo, and Chroma Teal. So Chroma Pearl and Chroma Indigo are coming November 7th this year, and Chroma Teal, which is probably the nicest of the 3, is coming January next year. Then they did a little sizzle reel of some PS5 Pro optimized games. That was fine. They showed off like Star Wars and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then, mate, we got the big announcement of the show, an announcement that I didn't think was going to come in the show. Ghost of Tsushima's sequel called Ghost of Yotei. I'm probably butchering the name, but yeah, this game jumped all the way to my most anticipated list. It was a great trailer, did really well. So a little bit about the game. In 1603, which is set 300 years after the first game, Atsu sets out on a journey in the lands surrounding Mount Yotei, an area filled with sprawling grasslands, snowy tundras, and unexpected dangers. Ghost of Yotei comes to PS5 in 2025. I remember reading somewhere that the area that this is set near this mountain is what is known in modern day Japan. It's Hokkaido in modern day Japan. So that's about that's the area in which this game will be taking place. Yeah, that is everything from the state of play. And it's like an 8 out of 10 as far as state of play goes. I mean, if you put, like, that's me putting it up against other states of play. I have to put that out there. Like, this isn't me comparing it to a showcase. This is me comparing it to other states of play, and this puts it up there at an 8 out of 10. Which is crazy because my favorite states of play have both featured like Ghost of Tsushima, basically, because my favorite state of play is when they literally just did Ghost of Tsushima. I think that's what a state of play should be. It should be like a 20 minutes deep diving one game. That's what I think they should do, and then just save big announcements and stuff for showcases. And if they want to do publisher states of play or something like that, like Nintendo does, like their partner directs or something like that, they can do that. But yeah, I feel like states of play would work so much better that way. And yeah, this one was really good. Astrobot DLC is great. Metro, the PSVR 2 stuff was really good. Sonic, always great. Dragon Age, don't need to see anymore, but still good. And yeah, Horizon stuff's great. Stellar Blade's great. And the Ghost of Tsushima trailer is amazing. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, everybody. It's really, really good. Or if you haven't seen the state of play, you can head over to One Up Games over on YouTube. We have links to that on the website. If you're already on YouTube, just go watch it. Did a live reaction. We did a reaction along with the state of play. Yeah, I got very excited at the end there. But yeah, so that was state of play, mate. Do you have any thoughts on the state of play?
I agree with everything you've said. Wasn't like a great deal there for me personally, but still, you see an alright show. It's an alright show. I do need to play Ghost of Tsushima. That's really that's a stain on the pile of shame right there. So I've got a year by the sounds of things.
Yeah, I'd say you got about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a year. I feel a part of me's like it might get pushed, but yeah, you got a year.
Oh, I thought you were gonna think earlier, and I'm like, oh no,
No, that's not coming. That's not coming any earlier. I can literally see
would
it.
have said if it was.
Yeah, I can literally see it getting pushed into the year after, depending on how everything goes over there. But yeah. So moving on, we are going to break down the Xbox TGS showcase. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. So this was about an hour long. There's a lot there, so I'm going to power through it as quickly as possible. But you are going to see some overlap with the state of play, which is also good to see. Cool. So they opened really strong with a new trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, but no release date, which is what I was really hoping was going to happen. So
it's just about making sure you know it's on Xbox. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. They're not there to break news. They're just there to remind you.
It would have been freaking hype though if they got to break the release date. That would have been hype as hell. That would have been so good.
I agree. Yeah.
And then following it up, as if they were speaking to me, as if they were asking me to come home. They announced an Overwatch 2 cross My Hero Academia collaboration. We're getting some new skins in the game. We're getting a Uravity skin, a Deku skin, All Might skin, Shigaraki skin, and a Toga skin. I think like a Tracer is Deku. Reinhardt, because Reinhardt always needs a freaking skin, is All Might. I'm trying to remember who Uravity was, but I can't. I'm pretty sure that Zenyatta is Shigaraki and Kiriko is Toga. I just don't remember who Ochiko is, but I'm sorry. Come for me. I remembered a lot, people. For a 30-second trailer, I remembered a lot. Give me a break. Okay. We got a new Immortal Pillars expansion, teased for Age of Mythology Retold. Then Shattered... You do? That's what threw me for a second there. That's what threw me. I was like... Then we got the announcement that Starfield Shattered Space will be localized for Japan, which is awesome. And it was at this point that Phil Spencer's t-shirt selection paid off. He was wearing a StarCraft t-shirt, and it was announced that StarCraft Remastered and StarCraft 2 are coming to PC Game Pass on November 5th, and I will be there. Then we got the announcement
that... equally stuck in as well that there's more people play games on Xbox now than there ever has been in Asia.
Which is really good. I don't know...
Yeah, like I think it just shows that like whether the strategy's moving as fast as anyone wants, there is progress being made. You know, this investment is like
paying off
to at least some degree. So I just want to sneak that in. It's not in the article
though. Yep, not fair. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be localized for Japan, and I'm trying not to swear, trying to keep it cool, but when Indiana Jones spoke in Japanese, I was like, this guy, he gets it. Like, he gets some all the time. well, that's a man. That's a man's man right there. And it was at that moment I knew my second playthrough of that game would be in Japanese. So look forward to that one. He's onto it. Then another awesome little announcement. Tanuki Pond Summer was announced, and it looked really cool. It's like a little trash panda, little tanuki that delivers parcels to a little Japanese town, and it looked great. It looked really cool. He does grind
relaxing
down a rail at some point, which makes me think it's a lot more extreme than we think it is, but I'm very excited about that one. Then another one that actually got me super excited is a new like RPG called Threads of Time, where it's basically a whole bunch of like different time periods that you're able to like explore and fight different bosses and stuff. That looked cool. They announced We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie has come to Xbox Game Pass. That's a mouthful. We got a new look at Fragpunk, a decent look at Fragpunk. We got a look at two new heroes. We got the first one I'm forgetting, but the second one is called Spider. And it's coming to open beta. It's closed beta. It's coming to closed beta on October 10th. I always get this wrong. Metaphor Refantasio. That's as good as it's going to get. Had a demo drop, which is awesome. Junzo Hososhi gave a deep dive on Atelier Yumiya, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land. As an Atelier fan, it was a really good deep dive. It was a decent chunk of time too. It felt like 10 minutes worth of time. It was very, very good. Definitely worth checking out. It looks like it's sort of going back to the roots of an Atelier game. Like they really are focusing on the alchemy side of things, because basically, for those that don't know, Atelier is an alchemy RPG where you play an alchemist. You play a little alchemist anime chick, and it's awesome. They're lots of fun. A game that I wasn't sure about as I was watching it, but have decided that, yeah, it's pretty dope and I'm going to play it, called Ashura Zhang Rumble is coming. It's like a top-down battle royale, and it looked awesome. We got a new trailer for Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and my god, was it a good trailer. We basically confirming that at least the story will go as far as Yukiora versus Ichigo and Wakamundo, which is amazing, because we're going to get the Wakamundo, like the full hollow Ichigo, like when he just loses his mind, and we're going to get like, I don't know if he's going to be a playable character, he's going to be like a burst or something, but we're also going to see Yukiora's like released resurrection, and that has got me hyped. We don't see this shit enough. Bleach video games need to come back, and this one I hope does so well, so we get more. I'd love a third person like action RPG, but we'll take a fighting game for now. All anime games need to get through their fighting game before they get a good one. I mean, look at Demon Slayer. They got a pretty mediocre fighting game, but then they ended up getting a Mario Party type game, so that's cool. Then a game that I've kept very close to my heart and haven't spoken to anybody about, but now that Xbox is talking about it, I feel like I can come out of the closet. Synduality Echo of Ada is coming January 24th. It's literally like a Titanfall type game where you're in a mech, but you also have a cute little anime girl floating beside you, so that's fun. Pets are coming to Fallout 76 in December. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster is coming to Xbox March 26th. The world's longest trailer. Out of the 50 minutes of this presentation, I'm pretty sure 40 minutes were on this trailer. All You Need Is Help came out on Xbox Game Pass. It looked great. Just stuck around a little bit too long.
It looks great, but it had basically two trailers.
Legit. Kichiro Toyama took us on a deep dive into Slitherhead, which looked really cool. Turn-based Star Bites, a game got announced. That looked really cool. They added new features coming to Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Basically, they're turning a section of this game into Pokemon. Whatever monsters you defeat will like join sort of like a Pokedex, and then you can go into like a monster fighting arena, and you can create a team of monsters of up to 3 and verse random monsters. I'm not sure if it's a multiplayer component, but we'll see. Then Sarah Bond came out and just so harshly said the word handheld. Her exact words were, from PC consoles to handhelds and smart TVs, when what she probably should have said not to get us to get excited was from PCs and consoles to phones and smart TVs. But she didn't. She said handhelds, so...
I get the vibe that they're going to still support mobile, but they're pulling back a little bit. Like, the fact that they're removing the Game Pass beta app from Android and just moving everyone to a website, it makes sense economically, I'm sure, but I get the vibe that we're going to have a crack at portable in a different way very soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
Please, God. Then we got to the end of the show where Square Enix announced more support Legend of Mana and Trials of Mana came out on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate straight away, and they announced that Final Fantasy 1 through 6 pixel remasters are out now on Xbox and Windows, which is really, really cool, because a lot of these Final Fantasy games have always been locked to like old Nintendo hardware or Sony consoles. So to see Square come with the goods, basically, and there's a whole bunch of stuff here today, is great. Great time to be an Xbox gamer, especially on Game Pass. I mean, there's a lot of amazing games that you normally wouldn't see on an Xbox coming very, very soon. I mean, so good. Like, I'm surprised the Bleach game's coming. This is the first time an Atelier game is going to be there. Metaphor, like, they don't get Persona games normally from Atlas. So the fact that they're getting the brand new one, Metaphor, is amazing. Fragpunk looks great. Threads of Time looked amazing. All in all, great show. I liked it a lot. I think it's like a 7.
It is, but it's not a step backwards to a 7.
No.
It's up to a 7, and we've got room to grow. But that's not from a lack of, like, oh, they could have done better, or that's just what they had access to. It's just a case of they need to keep investing in the region and keep doing shows like this every year, and I think it'll just naturally keep getting better and better. You know, who knows what Square Enix will bring next time.
Well, it's like what I said at the end of the reacts, which you can watch over on One Up Games YouTube channel. You can find it, links at oneupgames.com. What I said was, like, looking at the year Xbox has had, this is a 7, but it's not bad. That's not bad. Like, they've just consistently been hitting 10s this year, so it's kind of like they're like their developer thing was like an 8 or a 9. In my opinion, the Summer Games Fest showcase is like a 10. It just hit it for me, and this is a 7. Like, and a 7 is great. Like, it's good. Like, definitely watch. They're hitting the nail on the head. If Final Fantasy 16 was here and we got a release date for Metal Gear, this would have been like a 9 out of 10. But yeah, it was so close to greatness. You know what I mean? So close.
But I mean, you know, they showed up with stuff at the Game Awards. I think, if I remember correctly, they showed up at January with things. They showed up in June with things. They showed up in August with things. They've shown up in September with things now. You know, like, it's a pretty good running train. You can't have 10s every time, but the fact that we're not dipping into bad territory is pretty solid. I'm sure
they'll be at the Game Awards again this year, so there's still more to come.
You know, every couple of good shows, you've got to have a rake that you step on, and I'm sure that's coming soon. But this momentum feels good, and we've been saying it for fucking years, but, like, it feels like we're getting to that light at the tunnel where things start getting real good. I think Indiana Jones may be the start of it, but I feel like I said something similar last year, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will. And when Indiana Jones comes out, I'll play the shit out of it. We'll review it, and then we'll know. We'll know if they're on their way. But no, that game has to hit. It has to. It has to. It really does. But yeah, that's going to do it from us for this week, guys. 2 really good little showcases, I think, showing that, you know, the future for games is good. May not be getting there as quickly as we wanted to, but it is good. Be sure to let us know what you guys think. You can head over to the articles on the website, leave a comment, let us know what you thought about each one. You can leave a comment on the YouTube channel. But yeah, definitely go check out One Up Games. That's your home for, like, news, reviews, and previews. Definitely go and check out oneupgames.com. Do it. I've told you, make it happen. But yeah, Jack, thank you very much for joining me, mate. Thank you. Hey, thank you. We'll have to come back and do it again next week. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe. We're going to come back and do it again next week, Jack. All right? Don't maybe me. You will be here. If he's not here, I'll be here. I don't know how to upload to the podcast services, but by God, it'll be on YouTube. I swear to God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching, listening, and just hanging out. We appreciate it. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, again, oneupgames.com, your home for news, reviews, previews. Check it out. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like on the video, and yeah, subscribe on podcast service you're listening on. But until next time, may all of your games be good ones, and we will catch you guys next week, despite what Jack just said. He will be here. All right, love you all. Goodbye. Bye.